Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at a couple auditions from Street Dance China Season 6, Part 1 of the first episode. So on Patreon, I'm actually doing a full reaction of the entire episode of Street Dance China, both of Season 6 and of Season 4. And so what you're going to be seeing are excerpts from that full reaction. What I end up doing is as I encounter a battle or a performance, I end up taking a look at it as a reaction, dial it back, and do an analysis before moving on with the episode. So it's going to be similar in structure to how I've normally done regular reactions, let's say from the Street Woman Fighter series, and that is what we are doing in this case with Street Dance China. I am also pretty aware of the structure of the show because I am watching it with English subtitles as it gets released, so I have a way better understanding of what I'm looking at in comparison to shows I've watched in the past. So I wanted to let you know that I am definitely trying to take that extra step, really try to understand the full context and full incentivization of the show prior to the analysis to hopefully make it a little bit more objective and understanding of the circumstances. So let's go ahead and check it out. Such a sucker for popping, guys.
Okay.
They said generally street dancers in China know each other and are friends because I guess they were curious as to why so many people knew them.
So much time, wonder why I wasted, maybe out of my mind. More lies, the changing of the seasons, we met is the last time. The last sheep. Look at the soup. We're getting over. Just singing like if you get lost, you to the right direction. If you do get pick everything. We getting over.
Why are we doing? Why are they putting such amazing people as like the first couple people that we're watching? Like, I think they're just making his life hard. They're making my life hard because there's so much to talk about. It is beautiful and I love it. I can't handle this. Okay, here we go. Right here from the top. Great song choice. Song's innovative in the sense of it's a beatboxer, so it promotes a sense of organicness behind the tone of the voice. So whatever he does, it really is going to feel a natural connection there. And I saw a couple word plays on the vocals, and I cannot wait to tackle that. But how he set this up is so beautiful. How he's taking it is he's creating a moment and then he's resetting. I will say though that I didn't quite notice him as much looking at different parts of his body to help us signify what he wants us to digest as the focal point. So that may be my overall note for this, but honestly, it's freaking great. You know, what a contender. And I know there's like, what is it? What'd you do? There's like 4 more other poppers that we have to get through, and I'm just so good. Beautiful arm waves. So just notice that, like, how I just repeated what was on the screen. But you know how he created a very staccato instance, and then he melted it out to create another moment, and then he recaught it. That was just so fun. Super great. And I love that time wordplay there. Let me also say this too. I love the fact that Ding chose to have all of the styles go together, because when someone like Sala goes, naturally, like in the street style, when you're in a cypher or you're in an area where exchanging is happening and you have somebody that ends up inspiring you, and Sala inspires millions of people, even prior to the show, obviously, you know, and I really hope for success in the show. He has a towel. He's doing great so far. But whenever you just see somebody like that's inspiring to you, you naturally take on their energy. Like that's what I've always really loved about the like ciphers and events is you get to just feed the energy, and it's just a very special place to kind of grow and enhance at an expedited rate because everybody around you is enhancing and growing, and so you naturally grow along with them out of survival, and it's just so fun. And so I think like what we're seeing here too is we get to see like an enhanced version of what he may have brought. You know, I don't know if this is choreographed or not, but it's just so beautiful, you know, and it's so nice to watch, man. Love that going around and then you bring it down. And so he's choosing, instead of doing a typical trace like what Salah did, he's doing a rotation of the wrist to create the same moment, and it actually looks like he's pulling the energy of the wave versus traveling the wave. Like it's not a magnet, it's a pulling it in like a measuring tape, and it looks slightly different, and it matches the aesthetic of the track beautifully here. That right there, and just when you hear that, you know, it keeps it internal, so he kept it internal as you transitioned it up, and he's sharing a really nice texture. And that switch, it kind of feels just like a nice pedestrian reset, and he's choosing how he wants to manipulate the track next. It's beautiful. I love that. So he's choosing to do, I don't know if it was, strobing. I would say he's doing strobing to accentuate the wordplay there, as well as just the structure of how he wants to hit the track. That was cool, that, and then you go, that bass. That right there. Now, notice, I think it goes back to, I've already kind of said this, because he's not very clear on where he's looking, it is a bit difficult in some very minor parts to be able to tell where specifically he wants us to look as an audience member with the focal points, because he was really utilizing his chest and then transitioning down to his legs. It would have been really nice to see where he was looking, so it really helped me be able to be guided through the digestibility of that section a little bit more effectively. But I was still freaking sick on the musicality though. Look at that, and it's just that ticking wave for sure. Drug it up from the leg all the way out to the side, creating a speed, creating a speed change, but has a fixed point of the arm. Using the shoulder, going from a ticking variation into a speed change with a fixed point. Guys, this is some top tier stuff we're looking at here. Love that subtle thread through down to initiate using the leg. And then instead of just kicking the leg up, he kicked the leg and crossed it over to finish out the wave, but still creating a polyrhythmic moment in the bottom half. That switch around, love it. It was the switching of the feet, super nice. With a lunge, that right there, vibration using the leg and the arm, but the arm is a fixed point, and he's using the leg as a vibrational tool to create a rotation. Just the fact that I'm, guys, like, can I just say the fact that I'm too deep right now out of who knows how many that they feature on this show, and the fact that I'm talking so much about how incredibly fluent and captivating that these people are on just these techniques that they're utilizing in such a beautiful way. This is some different mess, man. Like, I don't know if I can make it through this show at this rate. I think my voice will give out from just the sheer description of the amount of fluency these people have in their craft. I feel like I'm having a freaking field day, just gleaning anything and everything off of what they're doing. It is phenomenal. The fact that it's taken me as long as it has to even get through half of what he's doing. Like, I just needed that moment of silence for myself. But just noticing that, where he took it and swung it around, and then he created a moment of isolation here to reset the sound energy right here in the chest. But then he still took it, dropped it down, traveled it up, and allowed the feet to be involved in it. That was cute. Boom. Very nice gimmicky moment. Shows artistry. It's fun. It captivates. And you know, like, you can't discredit the little gimmicks like that, because Salah did that all in his set. And I feel like we're going to see that with a lot of people in different genres. Like, artistry, you can't negate artistry. And that right there, being able to tailor to your audience, is a form of that. Love that. Down with just the bleed up. Super fun. And the reset. How he hits it down internally with the core, and then he hits it double time with the chest. Super fun. that was go, and he even used the sound bit from his mouth, so it sounded like he was clearing his own throat. Then he resets it down, travels it around, and brings it around his body. I love that. Then he turns himself around, creating his arms as a fixed point. So he's done a fabulous job with fixed points here. And his traces are different than Salah's, even though you're seeing trace wave about as much as you saw it on Salah's set. I just love that. That right there, boom, doo-doo, tilting it down. Shook it down. Just a breath. A legato spin. He turns like it's nothing. He comes out of it. Resets. Boom. Right back in. So we're noticing more of an internal pocket within the torso. Really fun to explore because it feels like he branches out and then he comes back in to something that's familiar. And I really like that. You get to see where his fingerprints lie, and I love that. That little bit was so freaking strong in comparison to the first one he did. Was more internal. Here, he poked it out, and it created such a loud, extroverted movement that matched that sound beautifully. Yeah, me too, ding. Ooh is right. Yeah, and he goes, doom, doom. And he's just kind of hanging out. And then he's about to pop off again. He said, forgive me while I keep going. That right there, fixed point once again. But he's traveling and tracing it down using more of this kind of vibration versus the wave down. My dance mentor, J Smooth, he uses that a lot. And so I really love being able to see that here. And then from there, he goes down and up, and then he chooses to rotate it twice, and then manipulate it, involving the second arm to roll it through, and the pull and the grab of the energy. He takes it, and then he takes it up, and bows down. Pop off. I mean, Fei Long popped off literally and figuratively in my book. Honestly, he's a huge contender for getting that towel if I ever saw anybody get it. But, you know, we got more people to watch, but that was... right here in the soul. Bless it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that was helpful in some way. If you're interested in wanting to see my full reaction to the entire episode, that is released on Patreon for exclusively there for those who want to participate and take part in the discussions there. But if you just want to hang out on YouTube and see the analysis of the battles and performances, YouTube's a great way to do that as well. So I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.